I'll be calling on someone who's well, very dear to me because I've worked with the guy for ilang years na, matagal na. I've known the guy for a couple of years already, mga 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Happy ka ba doon na makakilala? 5 years. Okay, of course it gets sour. It gets bitter along the way. This guy is a visionary. He's a genius. He's all for, you know, at least sa mga visions itong taong to, modernization, making things convenient. How do we maximize technology? How do we apply it to you know, the problems that we encounter and now in the car industry? So let's call in one of the co-founders, Mr. Anton Ojeda.
Quickly, beep beep. So what's my name? Hi, my name is Anton. Let's get that down for you so that I can write it. But I can add smiley cake. So before this, I used to be in like different technology companies, and a lot of the industries were already modern. So one of the things that we were looking at is what industry still needs that touch, right? So let me tell you about our story. So it starts with a person who didn't have time to wait for his car to be fixed, right? Busy days, lots of schedule, weekends for his family, right? So no Saturdays to take his car, doesn't know where to go, isn't a car person. Very impatient guy. That guy was me. Okay. And then one day something miraculous happened. My driver left. He went to the province. So that week was really, really bad. And I had to take my car to the shop and I had to go to work. So I called the shop and said, can't bring my car to the shop, have to go to work, no driver. Shop calls me and says, one of my friends owns it, and he says, what's the problem? I don't have time to take it. I mean, you know what? I'll send my mechanic to your house, he'll pick up your car, he'll bring it to my shop, we'll work on it, when it's done, he'll bring it back to you. And that week when it happened, it felt so good. I was like, wow, service. How come nobody else does this? I found out that a few people try to do it, but you don't get that same experience. Okay, so that was the start of Beep Beep. And how can we replicate that experience? How can we make everybody feel that way? What is 3? There's 3 million autos in Metro Manila. Right? Carl is saying traffic and stuff. 3 million, how do we get that? In 2015, there was a study and it was 2.5 million cars on the road in Metro Manila, registered. So we're not even talking about the ones who aren't registered. Or the ones who register away from Metro Manila and bring their cars here. In 2016 and in 2017, about 800,000 new cars were sold, depending who you ask. Some of them will say 1 million. That's a lot of cars. That's at least 3 million cars on the road. So our mission is modernize the auto care industry. How do we modernize it? First thing we did is, how is it done everywhere else? How do restaurants do it? How do hotels do it? Right? So what we want to accomplish is this. No more guessing. Asking someone a while ago, where do you take your shop? You take it to the usual shop, right? And it's either because you bought the car there, or it's the closest one to you. But imagine now if that was food, for example, or your parlor, for example, right? And it's the only place you've ever gone, and no one's ever told you if it's good or bad. And then you find out one day that 20 people have been ripped off there. How do you feel now? You don't know. What if you had a bad experience? What are you going to do? Go on Facebook and rant? Well, you guys have more power than everybody else because you have reach, right? But everybody else doesn't do that. What do? They go to Facebook, they go to Twitter, and then they rant. But it doesn't affect the business. If you do that in a restaurant now, what do? You go to review sites, and you write a review, and that affects the business because people look at that. There's like, I don't know, where? China maybe? I don't know. So in the known world for us, there's nobody else like this. And a lot of people do these things separately. Okay? So nobody has done it together. They put it all in one space. And I very firmly in innovation through technology. So we can innovate. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, how would you guys get a taxi? How do you guys get a ride? What's one? We're a one-stop platform for all car care needs. So it's the services that we offer. And these are the first services that we're launching starting June. Well, we've opened our website this year, but our services are really like ramping up this month, and that's why we've invited you all here. And Paolo will start talking to you guys about the services. So the first one is called Search and Canvas. So Search and Canvas is what it means. It's a directory. You look for things, you find prices, you find information. Service valet is that long-range valet service that I was talking about. Hatid sundo ng kotse. Right? So take it to the shop, you pay it online, when it's done, it brings it back to you. Funny thing we found out was there's no such thing as a nationwide or a Metro Manila-wide 24-hour roadside service. There's no such thing. Can you imagine? The Carl went up to me and said, you know, he got a flat tire like a few months ago, and he said, I'm sure I can get a tow. No, dude, you can't get a tow. You're gonna wait there, and you know the saying highway robbery? I swear they invented it because of tow trucks. Yung unang nakadating sa'yo, you're at their mercy. If they want to charge you whatever, you have to pay it. You have no cash, you're gonna go through an ATM first. So what we did is say, let's have one that's no membership. That's good for everyone. It's 24 hours and